Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. Now today is going to be another pickups video. I know I said previously in the last video that I was going to do a room tour, but I've got a bit of stuff lying about which I needed to get out of the way really. And so before I did the tour video, I thought I'll get these pickups out of the way, then I'll put them away, and then at least then it'll be moderately neat then for when I come to do the tour video. So all being well, that should be next week. But like I say, we'll do pickups today. Got a bit of a mixed bag. Bits of quite a few things really. And something quite out of the norm for me. We'll leave that to the end. I won't dwell on that, I don't want to spoil it. But not the kind of thing I normally pick up. But start off with, I don't know if you checked out one of my Christmas pickups video when I had the Dreamcast HDMI adapter. I picked up the PS2 one now as well. I've not got around to trying it yet, so I'll be able to obviously run the PS2 through a HDMI lead then. Right, we've got one original Xbox game. I can't remember where I had this from. It's been quite some time since I bought this. I think it might have been eBay. It was around Christmas time I bought this. It don't matter. I think it was about £3 or £4, I think. And I bought this simply because I think, well, I'd sell my own console, and well, anyway, it's the Atari Anthology for the Xbox. I think I bought it, like I say, because I'd sell my 2600, and although I'd got the Atari collection, sorry, you can get the Atari collection on the Evercade. I think there are more games on this one, so I ended up buying this one instead anyway, to replace the actual physical 2600 I used to have. Because it's not something I've got any nostalgia for really, the 2600. It's interesting to try some of the games, but that's good enough for me. And it's in quite nice condition. So, and one thing I think is amazing on the OG Xbox is the amount of these compilation discs you can buy. Just mega games to pick up. You've got the Midway ones, haven't you? You know, you've got this one. There's the Tecmo one. God, they're all amazing. I think that was the only one I hadn't got, actually. Right, we'll do 360 next, being as we're on Xbox. And this one, I think I picked this up off eBay as well. And I bought Marvel vs. Capcom 3. In quite nice condition. I had a quick go and it just seemed really good actually. I think that I picked this up because I had a bit of a kick on arcade sticks, and I was looking at what kind of fighting games was on the 360 and come across this, and it was cheap, so I thought I'd try it. And yeah, it seems good, so I'm looking forward to playing that one a bit more. But I haven't got the arcade stick for the 360. That's one of the ones I want to pick up at some point in the future, hopefully quite soon. Because like I say, I'm having a bit of a mad kick on arcade sticks. Picked up a few recently. I've got some already, but yeah, I'm looking for the 360 one, and I want the Dreamcast one as well. But anyway, that's off topic and beside the point. The only other 360 game I picked up, which is I've just literally picked this up this morning from CEX, and I've got Split Second Velocity. And I knew nothing about this, to be honest, but I was reading something yesterday, I think it was, and this sounded quite fun. Like you can destroy the track as you're going along, or some mad idea. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. Anybody else played that? Was it worth picking up? It's £3 in CEX. I thought it'd go be worth a punt for £3. Right, we'll do these next. Now this is a system I don't often pick games up for, to be honest. It's a system I do like quite a lot, but I've got, you know, most of the ones I'd like for it. There are about half a dozen which I do want, but they are quite tricky to get, and getting more so, and can be quite expensive even though it's really old. But I was just randomly looking on eBay, as you do, and I saw this seller selling quite a few ColecoVision, sorry, I didn't say, ColecoVision games. And this one seller was selling quite a few, and there were quite a few I hadn't got. So I sent him a cheeky offer for a bundle of, how many have I bought? 5, I think. And he accepted. So I ended up picking up these 5 ColecoVision games. They weren't really on my radar, but they were really quite a good price. I think they were around 20 quid for the lot. So I thought it was worth a go. Anyway, we've got Smurf, which is a platform game. These aren't the original boxes, by the way. I've just bought them cartony and done these myself. But for the time, I mean, you know, you're talking about not long after the 2600 came out for the ColecoVision, and it's quite a significant jump for me. I mean, I never had one back in the day, but you know, I bought one, I don't know, 10 years ago maybe, and mine's modded to run AV and 60 Hertz, and it really quite blew me away how decent some of the games were. You know, it's far and away better than the 2600 for me, and it's kind of I suppose you could say it's like a halfway between a 2600 and like a NES stroke Master System. That's the kind of quality you're looking at, I'd say. But it's much closer in time to the 2600 than the NES and Master System. But yeah, I mean, like I say, that's a fully scrolling colour platform game, and it's really quite good. I think you can get this on the 2600. I've not played it though. Then the second one we've got is Space Panic. Now, this is like a single screen arcade game, and it's really quite good. I don't know if you can make it out on the box there. You've got like varying sort of levels and ladders, and you've got to sort of destroy all the enemies on the screen by, you kind of knock a hole in the ground, they fall in it, and then you can kill them. It's really quite a fun game. I think that's possibly the best one of the bundle. That's Space Panic. Then the next one is Space Fury, and I forgot what this one's like. No, I forgot what. It's only been like a week since I tried it, and it's just like whoosh. No, it's some kind of space shooter game. I can't remember what it's like. And then we've got another single screen arcade style platform game. That's Rock and Rope. Now, I've never heard of this, but this is really quite good. It's a bit difficult, but it is really good. Again, quite colourful. Like I say, it is hard. You've got to use this sort of, see if you can make it out there. You're that little guy, and you can fire your rope to allow yourself to climb up to higher levels, because you've got to get to the top. You've got to pick up eggs and get to the dragon at the top, I think. And it is really good, but it is tricky. It don't make it easy with the ColecoVision controller, because I mean, let's be honest, it's a bit shit. And you've got to sit right on top of the console, because the lead's like this long on the controller. You know, it's not the best design in the world, but as a controller, as a console rather, I do rather like it. And then this last one is called Venture, and it's kind of, it's hard to explain this really. It's kind of like Berserk or Frenzy kind of thing, but it's not a single screen. You can move between different rooms, and you've got to kill all the bad guys within the room. Again, it's you know, it's not the easiest of games, but it's quite fun. But I'd never heard of it until I saw this listing. So yeah, that's Venture. So like I say, I couldn't tell you the last time I picked up ColecoVision games. I've probably got about 20 or so games for it now, I'd say, maybe. And there is like half a dozen I do really want, but because it's so old now, and I'm not sure how successful it was in Britain, to be honest. I don't remember ever seeing them in the shops. They must have been. All the ones I seem to want are only available like in Europe or America, which makes the price, you know, quite a lot for when you're looking at old games like that. You know, when you're talking £13–40 for one game, you know, it's hard to justify. So if I ever see them in Britain, that's the time I pick them up, really. But it's a cool little console. Anybody else got a ColecoVision? You don't hear many people talking about them, do you? Right, I think we'll do Master System next, and picked up a few more. We've got one cart only, and we've got New Zealand Story. Fair condition, but you know, you can pay quite a bit for the complete one. This was cheap, it was under a £5. So we grabbed that one. Then this one, this was a Facebook Marketplace pickup, and the pictures were shit on Facebook, so it was a bit of a risk, to be honest. But it was quite a lot cheaper than it goes for on eBay, so I thought, well, it's worth taking a chance. So went and picked it up. Bomber Raid. Now it is complete. Unfortunately, we've got a really old sticker on the artwork. I'm not going to attempt getting it off. But unfortunately, some idiot has cut, I don't know if you can see there, some idiot has cut the plastic cover. Oh, there we go. Some idiot has cut the plastic box cover. A little square at the top. What? Why? And it is complete. But unfortunately, the cart itself, it's reasonable, but the top was damaged, and it was that bad it wasn't salvageable, so I've cut it off as best I can, and so we're left with that. So overall, I'm not sure it was a win, really. And it was a tenner, by the way. On the face of it, it seemed cheap, but now with the condition it's in, was it worth a tenner? What do you think? It does go for, seems to go 20 to 30 quid on eBay, but I don't know. I suppose it was alright. I haven't tried it yet though. Right, the next one. This was an eBay purchase, and we've got Global Defence. Never played this before. I do really like the cool retro sticker on it, and it's a proper genuine thing. It's got Sega on the sticker, if you can read it. That must be an official Sega RRP like retail sticker. And it is in really nice condition, this one. But having played it, I think this was I'm pretty sure this was the one that reminded me of Asteroids. Or have I got that wrong? Global Defence. And then this was another eBay purchase, and another one with shit pictures. And so again, it was a bit of a punt. It was a bit cheaper than it generally goes for. Land of Illusion. Obviously, you can't go wrong with the Disney games on the 8-bit and 16-bit generally. And it's in, actually, really quite nice condition. So I was really chuffed with this until I discovered the spine was faded, which really sort of knocked the shine off the purchase, really. As aside from that, it's bloody nice. So that's really annoying. So at some point I'm going to have to try and get another cover, or buy a box or another one and move this on, whatever, but at least I've got the game. Because I mean it's a cracker, isn't it, that one? Then this next one again was eBay, and again it's in really quite nice condition. Marble Madness. This one's really good. I don't think it's had much use. The cart's not even marked at all. Now, I used to like Marble Madness back in the day. It's not the easiest of games, and I'd really be curious to know if this works with the sports pad you can get for the Master System. If anybody out there has got both and tried it, do you know if the sports pad will work with Marble Madness? Because it seems custom made for it, really. It's awesome. Then again, we've got another eBay purchase. Some time ago this was. Don't think it came till just after Christmas. And again, we complete in the box, and we've got Arcade Smash Hits. No hang tab, unfortunately, but 3 quite fun games on this for me. Nice condition, as I say, aside from the no hang tab. You've got Centipede, Breakout and Missile Command. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. Cracking little bundle, that one. And then the last Master System game. This again, I think this was eBay again. And again, I'm pretty sure the pictures were shit on this as well. And we took a chance. And it didn't work out that well. It was cheap at least. But we got the Ninja. Corner of the box is broken off, if you can see that. And there is some slight water damage to the sleeve. But the actual carton manual aren't too bad. But at least it was cheap. Bloody difficult game this is. I remember playing this once or twice back in the day, but I'd completely forgot what it was like. Jesus, it's hard. But it's nice to have at least. I'm assuming there are some guys who do the challenges. You know, there's some mega talented guys out there. I would imagine some people have completed this. Have you done it retro, Red Steve? I'm guessing you probably have. Right. What should we do next? We'll go for these. One of my favourite consoles, and again, it's not one I pick up games for that often, really. And I don't know what made me look, really. Just browsing on eBay over Christmas, I think. And I knew this game was supposed to be good, and it was just one I'd never got round to buying. And I saw it really cheap. It's card only, but nevertheless, I picked up World Court Tennis. Or Namco Tennis, whatever you want to call it. Not tried it yet, but yeah, it's meant to be really good. Much like Super Tennis on the SNES, I would guess. So I'm looking forward to trying that. And then picked up another one. I had this one the first time I ever bought a PC Engine. Back in the mid-90s. This was one of the ones I had back then. And I had a massive bundle of games with my console then, and this was recommended to me at the time, and that's why I bought it in the first place. But I was never that impressed with it, to be honest. And when I sold up my my original PC Engine the first time, obviously sold it with all the games. But the second time I bought an engine, it's not one I ever re-bought because I was never that enamoured with it to start with. But I was watching some video not so long back, and it kind of reminded me of it, and reminded me of the guy who recommended it to me in the first place and how he raved about it. So I thought, I'm going to have to give this another go. And so I found one on eBay, and it's an absolute minter. And we're talking about Motorola. Now there's a second one as well, but it's this first one that was recommended to me back in the day. It's in absolutely fantastic condition. The box is absolutely mint. Still got the sponge. and the card is still in the sleeve, although I'm not convinced that's the original sleeve because it's got two holes like you get in the double box, like Populous and Street Fighter come in sleeves like that with two holes to hang them in the box. And as far as I'm aware, these single boxes didn't come with those plastic sleeves, but nevertheless, it's mint. And yes, I'm really looking forward to trying that again and see if I can get on with it a bit better this time. So it was actually nice to buy a PC Engine game again. It's been so long since I bought one. It's kind of given me the bug back. I think going forward, the first part of this year, I'm possibly just going to look for PC Engine and maybe some Neo CD games. Right, we're nearly there now. We're not far away. And the next one I picked up again off eBay. This was we've got PS1 here, and this was off. I bought off them before. Super Retro Bros on eBay. Quite a good store for me. I've always had good experience with them, and I sometimes have an offer where you buy two you get one free, or buy three you get one half price, or some deal they do anyway. I can't remember, but yeah, I bought 3 games off them. I can't remember now if it was buy 3. I think it was buy 3 and the cheapest one was free, something like that. Anyway, I bought Street Games 97, which this is Japanese. The UK one, I think that is if it come out UK. I don't know if it did. The American one was called 2 Extreme, and basically it's the sequel to ESPN Extreme Games, which I used to love back in the day because it reminded me of Road Rash. And this is the sequel, obviously. I don't know if this came out, pal. Let me know. Did it? I can't remember. But yeah, it's I hadn't played this for 20 odd years, whatever. It still holds up quite well. I think the original ESPN Extreme is better, but it's great to have it back again. And yeah, I'm looking forward to give it another blast. As I say, it plays just like Road Rash in many ways, and it even looks quite like Road Rash, like 32-bit Road Rash. Only instead of being on a motorbike, you're on like rollerblades. It's a good fun game. And then the second one I bought was for the PS2, again Japanese. Now I'm not into sports games really. The only sports games I'll play generally are golf games. There are exceptions, like like a bowling game, or like this for instance, Windjammers. Amazing game. Can't wait for the sequels coming out. Isn't it? Is it next month or this month? This month, I think. I think there's a limited run, but you're going to download it. I think it's 18 quid to download. But the Windjammers, bloody amazing game. Absolutely love this. So that's the only kind of sports games I like, arcadey sports games. Aside from them, golf's the only sports game I play. So yeah, I picked this one up off in the same deal, 3 for 2, and I bought Everybody's Golf 4. I don't think you can. I love these kind of cutesy Japanese style golf games. Unfortunately, it's quite heavy Japanese text. I mean, you can sort of work out what's going on. You don't really need a story. But all the menus are in Japanese, which and there's quite a lot on the menus as well. So it's not ideal. With hindsight, I probably wished I'd have had something else, but I might give it another bash at some point. But then the one that I really bought the whole bundle for, or the one that got me looking in the first place, was a SNES game. Now I've been after this for years and years, and it always seems to be dear, or there's none about, or for whatever reason I've never picked it up. And then I saw this, it was just literally before Christmas, a few days before Christmas I think it was. And I saw they'd got this, and I couldn't believe the price. It was really cheap. I think it was about 15, or it was in between 15 and 20 quid I think. And it normally goes for way more than that. And I'm talking about Super Chase HQ. Now this is, I believe this is, it's import exclusive. There's no PAL version. I think it's available American as well, but this is the Japanese one. And yeah, Super Chase HQ. Obviously, it's like a sort of sequel to Chase HQ. Only whereas you're behind the car on Chase HQ, in this one you sort of, it's cockpit view and you're in the car. But aside from that, play is just the same. Cracking little game, I think. Unfortunately, being cockpit view does reduce the screen size a bit too much. You know, in an ideal world, you know, the play screen would be a lot bigger. Whether they've done that, you know, for technical reasons, I don't know, but it just, that's the only kind of detraction. Aside from that, it's a cracking little game, and I'm absolutely delighted to get it. Like I said, I've been wanting this probably 20 years on and off. Brilliant. I think you might like that one, Retrohead. Right up your street, I would imagine. And then the last game we've picked up, again this was off eBay. Wii game. Now, again, on the Wii, I've got most of the games I want for the Wii. There are, you know, a small selection I'm still looking for. But I've got a pretty decent amount of Wii games now. And it's all the ones I need now or want are generally the ones which are quite valuable. Now I've seen this one before, and again it normally goes for around the, seems to be £20 plus bracket. But then saw this one cheap on eBay. I think it was less than a tenner, and I thought I'm going to try it. And it's Max and the Magic Marker. Now, it's quite a rare game, and it's kind of a, I don't know if you call it a puzzle platformer. I suppose you might. But basically, you control your little dude, Max, and you've got to use the Wii remote to draw levels for him to walk on and get him over obstacles, and, you know, negotiate like drops and like climbing up the levels using your Wii remote. And really good. It really surprised me. Thoroughly recommend it. If you like a puzzly platformer, works fantastic. It's kind of, I suppose, it's kind of in the mould of Ivy the Kiwi, which is another one I think is amazing on the Wii. So if you like that, I honestly think you're probably going to like this. It's quite similar in some ways. So I'm absolutely chuffed to pick that one up. Right, we're nearly there, guys. Sorry it's dragging on. Wake up if you've probably dropped off. As I said at the start of the video, I've picked up something which is quite unusual for me, and it's, well, I'm not going to beat about the bush. Obviously, as you're all fully aware, it's generally all retro stuff I'm buying. Clues in the name, right? But recently I've been sort of thinking, I've been looking at like sort of more modern stuff, and there's been a few sort of things come along and I've thought to myself, oh bloody hell, I'd like that. And it was Tempest 4000, which was that's the straw that broke the camel's back. Because I'm a massive fan of Tempest 2000 on the Jaguar, and I didn't even know it was out, and I just randomly saw it somewhere. This is some time ago now, and it's just been kind of the back of the mind, you know, whirring away. And I had a PS4, you know, not long after that came out. You know, way back when. But I had a few. I probably had half a dozen games for it. You know, I didn't like it really. I couldn't get on with it. I wasn't impressed by the game. That looked amazing, yeah, but it just it was not something I was very interested in. So I flogged it, and you know, I've never had one since. And I've never had an Xbox One either. You know, the PS3 and 360 was my cut-off, aside from Nintendo. I've always stuck with Nintendo. But anyway, Tempest 4000. I thought to myself, bloody hell, I've got to get this game. But obviously, you need something to play it on. So, I picked up myself another PS4. Bit new for me, this. So it's all a bit too new. Probably all having a good laugh now. I've just bought a PS4 and you can already get a PS5. Yeah, laugh away, I don't care. So yeah, I've picked this up. I do quite like this particular model. I just like the colour scheme. Managed to find it on eBay, decent price. Well, I thought it was a decent price. And it's in quite nice condition, to be honest. Everything, you know, everything's all original as it was in the box, and the box is quite nice. So yeah, I've been having a bit of fun with this. And I've picked this up for $170, which I didn't think was too bad. Still boxed up. So yeah, what do we think about that, guys? But like buses, you're waiting bloody ages for one to turn up, and then two come along. So I wonder where else I've bought. Well, would you believe, I can't believe it myself, I've bought an Xbox One as well. I think I've gone mad. What the bloody hell? I've gone from having, you know, being out of touch with modern consoles to buying two of the buggers. Well, I'll call them modern anyway. They're kind of modernish, aren't they? Not modern to some people, you know. It's not a Series X or a PS5, but that's more than modern enough for me. So yeah, going forwards, I think we might be buying one or two modern games. Not sure what I think about that. Might have to change the name of the channel, but we'll see how we get on. So these will literally only come this week, so not had much chance to play with them yet. I have bought Tempest 4000, which I have tried, but I'll leave that for the next pickups video. I won't dwell on that. We've run on far too long here. But yeah, what do we think, guys? Gone a bit too modern. I think I'm gonna have to lie down. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. If you've stuck with it this long, it's over half an hour now. I'm sorry, guys, it's been waffling on far too long. But thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Be great to hear any of your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, hopefully room tour next week. But hope you're all well, as I say, and be seeing you.